Boys, I'm not late. A streamer arrives precisely when he means to. What happened? No, I mean, I said I might be a little late or a bit. The starting time might be questionable today. I was having lunch with my dad, and it took longer than I thought. That's all. So I got home a bit later than I thought. I got home like right when about the stream was supposed to start. So, whoopsie. Do 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 do. And someone timestamp. Someone commented a timestamp on one of my videos. Hey there, Shopad. Looking at AK Mini with all these event managers. So yeah, see, now it looks real empty, doesn't it? It's so empty now. It's like super empty. What happened? Oh, is this when he fucking trolls me? Oh, never mind. Nope, this is when he didn't troll me. Someone just timestamped a bit from the someone timestamped a spot from the Ricardo fight. And it's when Heath hit for like 500. The one time he didn't troll me. So I see your comment on YouTube, Shellpad. I see you. I see you. I'm replying to you right now. Live reply. Spinny kuru kuru. Peak is over, now to mid. How could this be? Am I winning? Maybe, possibly, sometimes. Instant minus 13 limbillion bonus damage. Right, yeah, for Heath. I'm not sure if I've seen the Rags gift. Is Rags like a... Is it just a rare? Is it just like a tier 4 or is it a fusion or something? It's not fusion, probably. Hello, America. Oh, it's just a T1? What the fuck? The hell? I'm googling it right now. That is a T1? Really? Where's the sinking gifts? There's Rags. I feel like I haven't seen this though. What the fuck? This is just a tier 1 though, yeah. A 4 theme packs, Mirror Dungeon 4. Heal 5 additional SP once per turn upon clash win if at max SP deal. When using minus... Oh wait, no, I probably have this. I've just never looked at the minus coin, like, effect of it. Because it's never been relevant. Anyway, my RAM turned out... So what, your RAM didn't just suddenly die yesterday? Okay, that is okay. Yeah, I guess I never actually noticed the second part with the minus coin effect. It was just your motherboard. Oh yeah, that's so much better. That's so much better that it was your motherboard dying and not your RAM. So as you won max level and 10k LMD now. Yep. That's how it goes. That's how you end up. That is how it ends up. It happens. I'm trying to like orient myself now. Just had to get home and really quickly take a small shower and then just get right onto stream. Need my PC for work, I guess it's a little unplanned vacation. Pog. Made for hobo, Cliff. Have a good stream, very large stream, boy. I'm borderline. Go to bed. It's like midnight for you again. The fact I shower in 20 minutes. I actually probably showered in like 5. And then I dried for another 5 or something. And got my clothes on. Why am I so large? So there's something to fill the screen if I don't have anything to put on otherwise. If I'm not looking at like... I mean, I might open up something soon, but... It's uncanny. Too bad. Humongous. Yeah, I have also been... I have like some emote ideas already. Some of them I'm like, yes, this must happen. And some of them are, I don't know, maybe. Am I louder as well? Just a second. My what's it now? My dishes were ready. Do a mirror dungeon meanwhile. Wet. And maybe I only seem louder because the only other noise right now is the music, which is on much quieter. I'm relatively louder. Unless also, I mean, just check that. No, okay, no. It hasn't like suddenly reset some of my mic settings or something. Those are all good. He used the skull emoji unironically. Are you sure it was unironically? You never know. You can never know for sure. You're louder because yeah, you actually true. I forgot. I actually have it set up so that the size of my avatar directly increases the gain on my mic. I hate advanced chip farming. We could possibly just at the very, I mean, I probably actually well yeah, because normal mirror dungeons, honestly, I literally just win rate every mirror dungeon at this point. I could just be spamming it in the back while I yap. Just fill the entire screen. Like, is this what you want? Is this what you want? You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. You want to be on my face? Now this is a just chatting experience. Ritornello is better. Yeah, as wait, do I have? Oh right, I probably have Ritornello open now, don't I? I completely forgot. It unlocks from Canto 5. I kind of forgot that was a thing. Cinema. Yeah, I think MD Hard unlocked on Canto 5. It's Railway that unlocks from Canto 6. Or maybe I remember wrong. I'm literally just gonna go check it right now. MD Hard though, that might require too much brain power right now. If I'm looking to yap about the story instead and also come up with emote ideas and whatnot. Because Railway I know for sure is Canto 6, which then would make MD Hard Canto 5. Because doesn't Railway just open up? Isn't Railway like always just whatever the newest like main story bit is? Also, I just realized I've... Also, yeah, why is this over here? I should be there. Yeah. Ritornello is open. I completely forgot that it opens with Canto 5. Yeah, while, indeed, Chapter 6 is needed for Railway. Because I'm assuming Railway probably, like, always needs whatever the newest thing is. Planning on clearing R before 6.5 I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, mainly want to focus on getting through story more than anything. That is my main motivator. New Railway generally happens a bit after new Canto finishes. Yeah, so it's always like requires the newest Canto to be finished. I keep looking to my left to the stream preview, and I'm like, yep, there I am. Okay, this is way better. This is way better than having my whole, like, actual avatar there. Literally just a zoom in on the face. Peak. It's really fun. Good. Whoa, I grew even more. I had some good food, so I grew. What did I have for breakfast? A sandwich. But I had a hero earlier, or a gyro, a chicken gyro for lunch. Must have been TF2 sandwich. The false emote is very good. She's literally me. RR3 was fun. Pyoko Trio was one of the finest. Man, it's wild how the Pyoko Trio was like actually just like fucking 4 times hard. Like honestly, Ahab just ego Ahab, piss easy. Like I was like, at no point was I like, oh no. While Pyoko Trio was like, fuck. They kind of hurt. Final boss got nerfed, made the counter. Yeah, I can see, especially if the counter was like used to be way stronger, I could see how it would be really rough. It could be way rougher. But that's the thing. I do feel like it kind of actually worked. I was thinking of that like just as I was ending stream, but I didn't say it because I was saving these ideas for tomorrow or today. Was that it did feel like kind of appropriate. Like, yeah, the P-Quad crew are way better. Like, they are much more of a threat when it's actually them all working together rather than whatever the fuck, you know, ego Ahab was. Yeah, the assist attack is like, fuck. Was it a call with the friend of the ass? Why do you don't have any event currency? Open an empty shop. Yeah, it does feel like it was the trio fight being way harder than the final one. Did feel kind of a little Ludo Kino. Those kind of Ahab's like final death throws, pretty much just like really trying, but just kind of like not really being able to do anything. Basically, it's really rough depending on your resistances. Maybe I could have easily staggered units with their counter and increase their QQ ego number. Yeah, I guess that could happen. Yeah, because her phase 3 just lasted no fucking time against my team. It was like 2 fucking turns or something on phase 3. Like 2 or 3 turns, and then she was just fucking dead. My team did not resist Pierce, that's the thing. My team was weak to Pierce. Literally only Wild Hunt was normal against Pierce. Yeah, like the attack, like that was the thing with the trio fight, was the redirect. Assist defense was like the issue. That shit was fucked up because it was like it was so hard to just not have at least one of your units on that turn just get fucking destroyed in some way. But obviously I was there, you know, with some stupid units like Uptie 4 Crackforced and Wild Hunt. Yeah, so the last one really didn't feel that bad, but I mean if you were there yesterday, you saw what my clear on trio was like. I went in with 5 boys, I left with 3 boys who were barely alive. Actually made tanking is useful for once. Then if you want to play hard version of fight, you have to do it in 1 week or you're gonna nerf next week. True, yeah. It is kind of like, it's very much like, oh, you didn't clear this unnerfed. You didn't really experience it. Yeah, Heath and Ish just got evaporated. Well, Heath ended up just taking a lot of hits was the thing. Heath ended up just getting a lot of the targeting because he ended up being the tankiest unit because he was the only one not weak to pierce. Ish just kind of got unlucky. The pick off sinners 1 by 1, so it's supposed to say, okay, we'll pick you off 1 by 1. Yeah, it did kind of feel like that, which was sort of cool. And because it was like the first fight where indeed, okay, also, well, no, because it was the first fight where that kind of happened for me, because against Ricardo, we went with a slightly cheesier strat. So it didn't end up being like I barely survived clear. It was more like either I win my flips and I win quite nicely, or I lose my flips and I got destroyed. It was kind of like a 0 or 100 for Ricardo, while Pico Trio was a lot more balanced in that way, where I could actually like, okay, something bad happened, like, oh, Wild Heath got destroyed, but I could still try and continue and go on, and did, and then got a clear. We got unbalanced versions. And these 3 people had 80, 50, and 4 HP. Was that the numbers? Yeah, that's I remember them. Actually, speaking of, dude, Gregor survived so many turns on fucking 4 HP. He was left at 4 HP from like one of the, while Queequeg was still alive. And somehow then just survived through to the end. Insane. Like how? I mean, the ego spam helped, so he always pretty much won a clash. BM just has shit testing balancing. Ricardo's win or lose while Trio doesn't punish with instant defeat, yeah. Ricardo, oh yeah, true also, yeah, Ricardo's 2 waves of trash. Like, well, the 2 waves of trash is just, it just takes time. Right? The 2 waves of trash just takes time and buffs up the boss because of the mechanic. But it also gives you time to, you know, you can build up some ego resources and build up SP. And like, if someone needs to charge up, like a Crack Force who needs to kind of need some time to rev up, it actually in a way helps you. Pico Tree obviously doesn't have that, and they get SP very quickly, so the clashes become super dangerous very quickly. If you can't just like nuke down, I mean, even if you nuke down some like, you know, a Starbuck like right away, you still get some like really nasty clashes because fucking Ahab is just 45 SP. Rosha had like 7 HP and 5 bleed on her. Got lucky. Rosha was 1 foot in the grave. Nah, yeah, they were wild. Dude, the MVPs, the GOATs. I mean, Heath as well. Heath did a lot while he was alive. You really need to go Starbuck turn 2. It does kind of feel like it. Like, if you don't, then it starts, they snowball instantly if you don't get Starbuck really quickly. Or pretty much, yeah, like instant snowball once Ahab uses the whole assist assist move turn. A Starbuck Live because I let my evade tank to take the mark and use his attack to evade a one side attack. Yeah, that is also one. Yeah. You can if you have many brain, then you can obviously like actually abuse some of the targeting stuff. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's some like evade brain strat. Good luck fighting Pico Town how hard. I mean, no, you just avoid it. You just don't. You just don't. That's how you fight Pico Town in MD. You just don't. Protect the town. I mean, well, yeah. Pico Trio felt like good though. Like, and I never with Pico Trio, I didn't feel like there was a point I got in there and I had a pretty disastrous first run, but I was like, this is doable. Like that, I just got unlucky there. This is not. I didn't feel stumped in any way. It was like, nah, okay, yeah, no. I just change a couple things and win a couple more coin flips. You're locked in for the peak when you teacher was trying to tell you what to do, everything you weren't even reading. Yeah, usually I do, because, you know, I mean, even if you tell people not to black seat, it's still gonna happen, at which point I end up just not looking at chat much, and I just kind of lock in and actually think. And the most I might do, I might, like, I'll glance at chat, and if I, for example, see, you know, for example, I keep forgetting that you cannot offset counters. I keep forgetting that, and usually someone reminds of that when I'm trying to do it. And if I happen to see it, then I'll be like, oh, shit, right. Gunga's peak when is actually really good. They have great... that's the only... Yeah. Yeah, Pikachu felt like a good fight though. Like it felt like it sort of felt like an actual good balance of difficulty. Though I mean, I'm sure there's kind of to the point where there's probably a lot of players who will be like, fuck, especially with maybe some weaker units. Like, shit, what am I doing? Like, I can't do shit. But at least for me, it felt like sort of a reasonable difficulty. It felt like once you got the win, it felt earned. While, for example, well, Dongbei was one thing, but I didn't have that much trouble with Dong. I did reset the Dongbei fights both once because I just got a horrible start. But otherwise, Dongbei was fine. I mean, also, Dongrang was also, I think, a fight. Not like a very difficult fight, but sort of not piss easy either. You had to think at least a little bit, but it was mainly just like clash to win. Because well, especially with the nerfed version, since a lot of the fights have been nerfed, it is like the nerfed versions really do feel like there's really not a... You kind of get through them pretty easy if you have at least some decent units. Like if you have a couple good units, then you usually get them through them pretty easily. But Trio actually required, even with good units, I had to like actually game a little bit. And I had to read. But yeah, then I'm fine with it because it was a little Ludo Kino. But yeah, actual final boss for Canto 5 was very easy. Like, I barely had like a single clash or anything where I was like, oh no, this might be bad. It was just like, yep, easy. Which is fine. I think that's fine because you had the way harder boss before it, so it's fine. Yeah, I can assume. I can imagine a pre-nerf probably was way harder. Yeah, the triple counter I can imagine just being an absolute nightmare, like pre-nerf. Which kind of I think like the current version I think is good. First of all, it kind of fits the narrative, like it sort of fits the narrative. And also when you've just had a difficult fight, getting another difficult fight right after is a little annoying. Especially if you're like, you really want to like, you're there for the story. Like you're at this great part of the story and then you might just get stuck on another hard fight. It can be kind of annoying. Like that happened with Ruina for me. At the end of Ruina, I was just tired of constant, really difficult fights when I really just wanted to get the story. And I just got frustrated and pissed off. The Rooster HP as well. Yeah, it felt like her HP did feel pretty low. Like it was like 2 turns for like all of the phases for me. Gonna go Ruina's Peak. So, well, that's the thing. I also ended up using lots of silly strategies because those were like the easiest ways to get through them. So I looked up the silly strategies to get through the game or the end of Ruina to get to the story. Ahebig also had AoE. Fuck. MDH version of Ego, yeah, but yeah, probably horrible. Stop playing Ruina Heart of Aspiration for like a month. I played Ruina. And I really like Ruina. I'm never gonna play it again though. Nah. Because I got so frustrated with the difficulty at the end. But that's, I mean, that's talking about the fights. Generally for Canto 5 though, I think the main thing that I think of Canto 5, other than, I mean, obviously a really cool like ending bit there. I really and like the developments for just like the presentation with like them using like all the map movement, like the map movement and stuff was just really cool to see. Like just adding some dimension to the presentation. Speedrun on most fights. My team managed to just kind of win rate all of the mermaid fights, so it was sort of whatever. But one of the main things I think that Canto 5 has is just really good pacing. Like, damn, the pacing is good. It just kind of keeps you engaged the entire time. Because it never has time to... It's never, like, too slow, that nothing's happening for too long. But then it also gives you some breathers. So you're not constantly just like, oh, like this is tiring. Like, good God, there's like too much happening. Which made it like really sort of easy to read. It just felt like it kind of just went by. Well, obviously, I really like Canto. I like Canto 4 as well. And some parts of maybe even the finale, I might prefer even. But it for sure had a way more of a pacing issue, but also just because of the kind of story that it was, it made sense that it was told the way it was. But it had way more of like, it had so many more slower parts where you were, and they were pretty long, sort of slow parts. So then you were there sort of like, okay. I understand, like this is important, but also give me a little bit more something to latch onto. It was kind of hiding a lot of its cards for a very long time, while Canto 5 gives you a little bit more to latch onto right away. Canto 5 may drop the game for a few months and explain my hatred. But is this a game? Is this a game hatred or a story issue? Game I can understand. Story pacing, actually, I'm incredibly surprised. Especially, like, I can understand, like, okay, not agreeing, or, like, thinking that, okay, could have been better, but, like, for it to be enough to actually, like, leave for a long time sounds wild to me. The Death Stranding ship? What was the Death Stranding ship? Was that the party ship? Oh, that is true, though. That's the one thing that we didn't get at all. Now that I think about it, clearly something that we're not getting yet and maybe get later, we did barely learn anything about U-Corp. Like, we didn't get to learn about U-Corp or any of that. Which was like, well, they explained what it was, but they explained, like, the what that everyone sees. It's like, okay, yes, this is the thing, and also maybe it functions on this, but there's always like some fucking wilder bullshit going on in the background. But I guess in this case it was just, oh, it's whale oil or whatever. But it does feel like there was a lot more that could have been explored with U-Corp, but it wasn't relevant to what the story was this time. Which is fair. Because we were only focusing on the sinners and the lake more than the corp. Wonder if they can decide whether waves hit with some singularity bullshit. Yeah, because another thing that's really common is that, like, what seems to be the singularity on the top, what seems to be the singularity often ends up being just like a side effect of the actual singularity. So it's like, is the tuning forks really the actual singularity for U-Corp? Because it feels like almost always there is some other bigger thing hidden underneath the rest. So, like, kind of hard to learn about a place that you can't allowed to write about. Yeah. But I mean, that's like a whole thing. It's like, okay, there's clearly something. Yeah, we did learn about the whale oil, yeah, but it still feels like that's probably not the full picture. The tuning forks are still monstrous and terrifying, yes, but it does feel like that's not necessarily the full picture. Because maybe U-Corp is an exception, but for most other corps, it's almost always feels like there's like, yeah, there's kind of like, ooh, this is the singularity, but in reality, it's something else in the background. While in this case, for U-Corp, it seemed like kind of straightforward, like, oh, you get the whale oil, and that's what you use to, like, make the tuning forks and all that. Which is way more straightforward than, for example, with, like, K-Corp and the healing stuff. Where it's like, oh, we just have, like, nanobots. Is the, you know, the sort of face side of the singularity. It's like, oh, it's nanobots or something. But in reality, it's some weird fucked up shit in the back. But what makes yeah, because that's the thing, it's like, what makes the whales? Like, I feel like that's where it would really go. Like, that would be the hidden side, is like, there's something, like, it's like the whales are, like, what actually are the whales? And also, yeah, because the tuning forks seem to be strictly, well, that's because I don't think the tuning forks necessarily are specifically pallid whale. Like, they didn't only talk about pallid whale. It was just like any whale oil, seemingly, that would cause the same thing. They can see people turn into mermaids real time. Because it's seemingly any whale that can turn stuff into mermaids kind of has like the oil that can then be refined to do tuning fork stuff. Because yeah, K-Corp introduced like a bunch of stuff. Like, you actually got deeper into the singularity, which I always find really interesting for the, like, Project Moon stuff, is what actually is truly behind the singularities. And we just didn't learn that much about the U-Corp stuff this time around, which is, I mean, fine. But I was expecting more. And I mean, my guess is that it becomes relevant later. They're probably not gonna just leave it at that. there will be something that opens that up, but it does seem like there's intentionally stuff left over from there. For sure. So I don't really mind that it wasn't gone through, because it's like they're gonna go back at some point. Like, they will explore it. They're not gonna better than super sad giant eye. I don't know, because like in Ruina, for example, also when you learn through a bunch of the singularities, it's like, I mean, the warp trains are fucking the wildest shit. And also Arcorp's singularity as well. It's like, I mean, Arcorp's is like, well, even Arcorp was like really interesting. It's like, oh, huh. Because there's always like, oh, Arcorp's singularity is that they have really good training facilities or some bullshit or whatever it was. But in reality, yeah, it's the hatchery, which is very different and much more nightmarish, as usual. You know, the reality is way more nightmarish than what's on top. And because this has been like this for almost every single singularity that we learn about, something like this is the case. So with U-Corp right now, it seems very straightforward. So my guess just is that there's something more. What about while progress? Hiroshi has the ego gift from crumbling armor, which makes agent unable to perform attachment work. What does that mean? What does agent unable to perform attachment work mean? Sometimes just more tame than expected. Yeah, because well, it's possible that U-Corp is like tamer, and maybe they have like multiple smaller kind of singularities sort of deal. Because it feels like there's also like, you know, well, one thing is there's also gotta be something. There's something to do with also like the whole waves. Like the whole like, okay, here's the laws of the waves of the lake and whatnot. There's for sure some kind of bullshit behind that as well. Because you're not allowed to write them down and they're weirdly specific and everything. So there's probably like a whole nother thing behind those. 4 types of work in lobotomy. Ah, right, that kind of work. Right, agent, okay, lobotomy agent, yeah, and then a specific work, okay, yeah. I just wasn't. I thought you were talking about like a inside Limbus mechanic, and I was like, these words mean nothing to me. Okay, no, if you mean lobotomy stuff. There's a few things which made Canto 5 very much not fun. Ishii herself being almost childish and going to Trauma Olympics. But see, because I find that sort of stuff a little like, because I wanna see the character like essentially become a bit of a bitch, a bit of an ass. Like if a character becomes an asshole, but it's also like kind of obvious that, okay, they're gonna have like a whole character arc here. I'm very okay with a character becoming super abrasive and almost annoying, because I know there's gonna be a payoff. It all felt very random, like you cut any part before the finale wouldn't really change to the parts the middle. Yeah, that's true a little bit, I guess. It was like sort of in that way directionless, but I guess that's sort of... I mean, yeah, I can see. Yeah, I think there's a reason for it, but I can see why it would be like not necessarily great, or why someone might not like it. And the party ship was just actually filler. And I feel like the party ship, I guess, yeah. I guess the party ship was just sort of to like... It was just kind of like a weird little sidestep. Just to like be like, hey, the lakes are weird. Unless it was like some real extra weird foreshadowing for way later or something. But I guess it was just kind of like a... Yeah, mood setting. For the party ship. There wasn't an introduction. Was it with the introduction to mermaids? Maybe it was. Because after party ship, did we indeed get the first whale very quickly? Because also it was like party ship took up time or something, so then they had to like adjust their schedule. Just always anchovy looking things. The fact that Yoshu can't do attachment work tries really nice into a resident with red eyes eager from the spider. Nurturing mother themes. Ricardo, I guess. It does feel like there was a bunch of things in Canto 5 which were kind of like I know you mention it. It was kind of, you were sort of a little bit wandering around, and it was sort of, I guess, introducing a bunch of stuff which wasn't 100% directly related to the main story of the Canto. The painting of hell. How nice. My compass was solid by the sea. I did also go listen to Compass more properly afterwards as well. It's a really fun song. I mean, I did really like Yi-Sang, the Yi-Sang ending as well. It might very well be like the better one. But like overall, I feel like maybe, yeah, Canto 4 maybe had sort of a better finale, sort of, but then I feel like Canto 5 was just overall more enjoyable. For me, at least. I didn't necessarily mind the wandering as much. Because I still got to learn a bunch about just random stuff. I wish for Ahab to be a little more sane, but that would be wrong though, because Ahab is not sane in any universe. Of course, Wildcliff can cause some wacky bugs. Like the introduction with the town and her flashback scene. Well, because that's the thing, because that was her pretending to be sane. Which is what Ahab does, just even in the original, I'm pretty sure. Like, that is how Ahab is. Completely, absolutely, insanely bonkers on the inside and always has been, but then just girl bosses you into thinking she's not. Why is bro so close? Because I can. Thinking of buying Ahab now, she's a yapper. I mean, maybe if I at some point, you know, have the spare. Next time I meet her, she killed. But that's the. I saw her killing her entire crew coming from a mile away. Like I knew what Ahab was gonna be like right away. I haven't read the original book or anything, but I still knew that Ahab was absolutely like going to be completely and utterly insane. And like I said during the stream, even like the mask was completely falling off at the end because that's all it was, a mask, and always has been like the hotel. I just couldn't see how people wouldn't turn on her. There's a whole dude. There's a psychological, like there's like a psychology term for it. It's like it is just like this dictatorial charisma. Where it's just like you're just too far gone and you just like follow just because. Casual gaslighting versus competitive gaslighting. The one thing is, yeah, like Queequeg kind of going back to her side was like, damn, I thought you might have broken free, but apparently not enough. Could have been a bit more charismatic. Yeah, maybe. Well, also, I mean, I feel like when most of the Ahab we see was, you know, kind of on the way to losing the mask, and probably, you know, was way more charismatic in more of the flashbacks. Also, I mean, yeah, well, also, yeah, in the whale, not getting palified was, you know, the significant factor in everyone. I combine with Chrome, Ahab was just too silly. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess we just disagree. I think Ahab worked really well. Yeah, I did notice Queequeg quickly pulling on the rope as well in the final like cutscene. Oh, Ahab is a subhuman. Ahab is a subhuman group. You might want to check your terminology. Subhuman has some implications. It might not be correct for the people known as the gifted. I think she worked. I'll just hope for a different version. Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think this one was very good, and also like, well, this Ahab actually met my expectations like more so. Also, that isn't a thing. Okay, I've been lied to. I've been gaslighted live on stream. Hmm. Yeah, if it's just about the marks. Oh yeah, Sonya, Damien, and Sinclair. Yeah. Wait, did Sonya have a mark? What was Sonya again? Oh wait, no, Sonya. Oh yeah, Sonya was from Canto 2. What is it? What it does? No fucking idea. What about the Abnos, by the way? Bastard fish, bastard fish, bastard fish. I was worried about the bastard fish, but it ended up going like incredibly well. Otherwise, I mean, what there was clam. What other Abnos were there? Clam, bastard fish. What else was there? Was there another one? Oh yeah, Skin Prophet. Yeah, that dude. I mean, they were fine. I didn't really have any, other than bastard fish. I didn't really have any strong feelings toward them. I just knew bastard fish was bastard fish. He's destroyed one of my MD runs, so. But otherwise, I mean, they were just like, they were. I think I did run into Candleman in MD once, and he did cause me some issue, but that, I think it was because I didn't read. And he was buffed by MD. I mean, I mean, fish and clam were obviously like, okay, these are thematic. Candleman? He felt a little out of place. Not gonna lie, he was a little out of place. But I mean, it's not like they... It's not like they specifically had to be thematically correct. Big glitter jump scare. Pinocchio or Gebetto apple? Oh, that would have been cool though. That would have been cool. But I mean, because obviously, I mean, yeah, they just you know, Whale just ate the Lobcorp branch. It's not like the Lobcorp branch only had to have aquatic abnormalities. Paralyzed forces actually count everything yourself. Horrible, terrible, I know. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard were you gaslighted? By like, just Ahab in general? Like, not at all. I never had an ounce of trust. Not a single gram of trust for Ahab at any point. If it's just about that gaslighting. I knew where that shit was going right away. Yeah, that was my prophet. Skin Prophet was indeed not aquatic, but I guess there was no law saying that they had to be aquatic. There's an ego gift that gives minus cause ID paralysis. Nice. Skin Prophecy writes things down just like the middle. Holy. And I think that, I mean, there wasn't that much gaslighting going on other than once you got to Ahab. Like, that was all the gaslighting. Speaking of thematic connections, though, and my apparently good perception with Quick being from the middle. But yeah, the narration was saying Silkern was swimming around the whale blood until we showed up. Dude, he was just vibing. Do you know how many burn IDs? I don't know, like at least 4. See, I was correct. At least 4. There's 9 of them. But yeah, about like the whole middle just in general. I also didn't say that. I realized it during the stream and I just didn't say it yet. They very clearly, so the whole, you know, the middle doesn't forget. They write stuff down, they don't forget, and so on. And then they very much have a thing going on with like chains and ropes and whatnot. So you are chained, you are tied to the middle forever. So that's why all of their goons just have like, you know, why that's why their whole aesthetic is what it is. Or at the very least related, you know. And I mean tattoos, obviously. Apparently the tattoos, I think, the tattoos also have like some kind of power, I think, at least at the higher end. But they're also very much like tying you to the middle so you can never escape. Yeah, chains of loyalty, skills, and everything, so yeah. Just, it was nice making the connection in my head during the Queequeg section. Good job with the Queequeg middle thing. I don't think I noticed when I played. I mean, I noticed it like 2 minutes before the dialogue just tells you. But I did make a comment to like hinting at it much earlier, but I didn't go all the way and just be like, oh, she's from the middle. Because I commented on her ropes being like the chains from the middle boys. Middle is such a nice gang. Middle doesn't forget, except when you're a color. Then they just look sideways. Postpone. Book is there things like that these are just something book creates. Yeah, we didn't learn like a massive amount about. We were introduced to the middle, we just didn't learn a huge amount. Yeah, there's like the book wasn't really talked about too much. The tattoos were like mentioned. Did you find out Quicker was lobotomized? Yes. Self-lobotomized. Well, actually not self. She got someone to do it, but... And it was also kind of funky how Queequeg actually spoke more fluently when covered in Cumcore than she did normally. She was like more stuttery in the flashbacks. So maybe she just got used to being lobotomized. Books are just books. Yeah, syndicates don't have singularities, true. But tattoos are a singularity from the fallen wing. Got commodified. Camera butterfly sang armor. They do look pretty cool. They do look pretty cool. I would like both of them. But especially if I had to choose one, I would like to get Yi-Sung. Because at least I have a 3-star Ryoshu who's pretty good. I do not have a 3-star Yi-Sung. So I want at least one nice cool unit for my boy Yi-Sung. For our boy Yi-Sung. What about the emotes? Yeah, we can start brainstorming some emote stuff as well. I feel like I've gotten most of my thoughts about the Canto itself out. Because I already during stream I mentioned that I really like just the themage of like the whole, the sort of, I guess, meaning of life, or the theme of sort of, or the theme of like trying to find something to look forward to kind of thing. I just thought it was a very poignant theme and kind of well handled. Oh, yeah, and another thing they handled, so because they went, obviously what happened was they did the whole thing of like, oh, the character doesn't actually do the revenge, they don't actually kill the person they hate, they let them live. That whole trope, like, oh, if I kill you I become like you trope, but they handled it infinitely better than, like, pretty much anything else. It didn't feel like a cop-out, where, like, oh, they just don't kill them for stupid reasons. It was actually justified properly before it happened. And it made sense for once. I mean, they pretty much left Ahab die, but see, that's different. You know, that's different. It was like, you know, because what mattered was the actual act. It was like the sort of personal vendetta part. If Ahab happens to die, that's different. What was important that Ish didn't go through with it. The fact she survived is kind of amazing. Dude, she has not killed a whale yet. She can't die. She did not order herself to die, so she can't die. Yeah, everyone. I also expect her to die, but nope. I guess dying off screen couldn't happen. Ringo's corridor index is the thing. Some probably has something creating the ammo guns. Well, they probably have like things that are similar-ish to a singularity, but maybe not quite the same level. And not like official, like a singularity is. The Hag Gang. The middle's power is actually, it's just guts. Like sheer willpower. Yeah. Gaslight. What? Ahab was absolutely gaslighting herself an insane amount, so. Ahab Gang's trying to bail the dread. Curse you, bail! Actually, I didn't do that meme a single time during the Canto. I really missed I missed my chance. Like the deal of her name regaining color. I didn't notice that yet, but someone pointed it out yesterday on chat. It actually might have been you. Middle singularity just steroids? Dude, we can have middle singularity just like in real life. Holy. Gregor in-law. Oh no, Hag is now Gregor in-law. All right. Should we start thinking about some emotes? One of the previous Archops had steroids as their singularity. Can't believe we have singularities in real life. But yeah, so we have 5 emote slots, essentially. But obviously we can come up with more than 5 ideas because then I can just save the ideas for later. So I have 2 emote ideas, which I think will just kind of be like, yes, these will just happen. One of them is make your own multi-crack office in real life. Yeah, just have multiple types of crack. So one of them is essentially like the soy jack pointing emote, but with Don Quixote. Hey there, Pambu. Thank you for the 5. Thank you for the 5. Oh, it actually does come up on chat as well. Just not very stylized, but it does come up. Make Shining doing pop noise. For the animated. But essentially, I mean, that I can just make myself. The sort of animated version of just this going. No, not like. Ma 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 ma. That I can just make myself. But yeah, I do want a Don Quixote just like doing the soy jack point, like holy shit, Pog. Because I feel like that would work well. That's a very Don Quixote emotion. So I feel like that would work. That's probably one I'll at the very least do. No. I'm in contact with someone to draw the emotes. I cannot draw to save my life. It just doesn't happen. Holy shit, that super, dude, the
gamers.
YouTube super chats are insanely late on the notification. Gotta have a dance emote. There's so many dance emotes already on like 7TV. Except I'm not streaming any games. I'm just yapping. Have you tried using multi-crack charts to enhance your drawing abilities? I don't think that's enough for me. I'm like too far gone. Is that just a Rose Banner on emote? Is it? I haven't seen that emote. Horus Julius. What is Horus Julius? Rose Banner Dawn does the Pogface Rogers uptight one art. Okay, let me check. Rose Banner Rodia. You know the Limbus Mersault and Mistral from Metal Gear Revengeance are based on the same book? What the fuck? Rose Banner Workshop Rodion? Yeah, I also... is the Horsebergy an April Fool's thing? I think the main thing I've seen from that is the Amia one. What happens if I Google Horse Virgilius? Nothing has come up. Oh wait, never mind. Something has come up. It really is actually just... It is just a horse. It's just horse. It's just a horse. Fucking realistic horse Julius. Terrible. Cliff Uptime 5 art. Just become the horse. Yeah, but, so is this... I mean, this is... No, this is not what I'm thinking of for the Dawn emote. If this was the... You were talking about the Rose Banner E1 art. I'm thinking like this kind of... This kind of thing, but just with Dawn. Like the animation of this art. I can't even check it. I'm probably on the wrong wiki. I'm on fandom. Oof. The meat grinder guy. Okay, thank you for the link. Fuck. I mean, just... Shit. God damn it. Let me copy this, please. There we go. Identities. Make it point at the... Well, because no, it can't point at anything specific. It has to be usable when you just need to point at something. Oh, the video that plays when you get the idea. Where's Roja? Rose Banner. Yeah, that is different. Obviously, she's not here. Instead of like some, yeah, like this energy. Just with Dawn. Holy shit, I zoomed in way too much. Because I feel like that would make a good one. At first, I know I want a Soy Jack pointing emote. And I was thinking of like what character would be good for it other than just like, sure, my avatar or something. Or like IRL me. But I was thinking of like characters who would fit it. And I was like, oh, Dawn. No brainer. And then a different one is this kind of like scheming emote, you know, like kind of rubbing your hands when you're cooking, when you're planning, you're scheming. But for this, I already have a character that I know I would put there, and I'm pushing it through. I'm dictating who it is. And this is gonna be Senti from Honkai 3rd. Because she's a canon scammer. She will scam you at any moment. So her energy fits this perfectly. And I want a Senti emote. I'm not gonna be just putting in Limbus. Senti from Hitkashi. No! No! So I mean, this is one just I'm just gonna like force through. It's like, no, I want this. Dictator Glitter speaking. This will happen. True, a Ling getting smashed emote. That's actually a good idea. We'll put that. Let me open up a notepad. Because a drinking emote, just like a getting smashed emote, that's a great idea. It might not be in like the first, like at the very least it will happen at some point, even if it's not in the first set of emotes. Limbus sweep is over. How many in total? So I have 5 slots right now, so yeah. So okay, we have Senti Scam. Then we have Soy Jack Don. You can't see me typing, but I'm typing. Soy Jack Don. Then we got the Drinking Ling. But yeah, because we don't have to just leave it at 5 ideas, because you obviously unlock more emote slots over time and whatnot. Yeah, these emotes are both for YouTube members and for Twitch subs. Yeah, a laughing emote could be like a sort of important one. Can you put the note on screen? Oh yeah, I could put the note. I could just add a little quick. What am I looking for? Window capture. Notepad. There we go. Can be quite small. Could just be like up here, I think. Yeah, like cause that's the thing. I do want them to be like usable and sort of in that way, like stuff that can be used like is easily, so that they're not like, they can't be like super specific unless I just have more emote slots that I know what to do with. Some good emote with a similar okay energy. It's also, well, I mean, also there's also the thing with like on Twitch you have 7TV, which kind of covers so much emote needs, but then you don't have that on YouTube. Grooming emote. But I mean, some kind of laughing emote would kind of be a good option, especially on YouTube side. I feel like Twitch has loads of like haha funny, like they have kick W and all that, but YouTube especially like could use. Unfortunately, I also can't give you. YouTube doesn't have like. Twitch also has some like free emotes you can give people, but YouTube doesn't have that. Come back from shopping and find small glitter on the screen. Yeah, because we've moved to actually looking at stuff, so I'm gonna have to look at images. I can't be covering the whole screen. Like some kind of laughing emote would be good. Yeah, it does feel like some, you know, I mean, we're gacha gamers. We need like some kind of. With the hornier stuff, though. I mean, that first of all, I need to check actually that they're okay with drawing that. But it does feel like some kind of horniness. Just it happens too much. It's hard to avoid it. It happens. Or you know, some kind of like version of like flushed of the default sort of flushed emote. Exia Stare, that actually already exists on, that is on 7TV, I'm pretty sure. There is Exia, the Exia Stare. Yeah, Exo Hyper Stare is on 7TV, so. Evil emote. Oh yeah, Gamba obviously is one thing, but Gamba probably wouldn't be in like the first 5, I feel. It's less generalistic than other stuff. Also, your Senti Scam is kind of like... That's not necessarily Gamba, but... Senti Scam does also have a little bit of like the evil, you know, like a little devilish, a little dubious being energy. They're drooling down bad emote. Yeah, that kind of goes a lot. I feel like that kind of goes with the sort of flushed slash the horny one. Dumb face. Yeah, that was one idea I had, but that might not be one that I commissioned because I know it already exists. But that's the I can find it somewhere. Because there is I kind of know like what version I'd want for kind of the dumb face, which is just a version of this. No smug. I mean, smug is obviously an option as well. Like, or smug is something that would eventually be, maybe just not in the first 5. Also, lap dumb exists as well. Because the thing with this one specifically is for this one you can do a VA joke. For this one you can do a VA joke with Mule Size from Arknights. But I know that version already exists. So I could possibly just try to find who made that original and just ask them for permission to use it, rather than commission it separately. And yeah, ambiguous modes are usually like better. Future slots maybe heads, tails, yay, nay. Yeah, that's not a bad. Yeah, that could be kind of fun. Like heads, tails, yay, nay. Crying emotes kind of, yeah, like, I mean, yeah, that kind of like crying emote is pretty versatile. It can be used for a lot, even if it's been somewhat hijacked if you know anything about Blue Archive, but that kind of crying emote is pretty like, can be used in a lot of different things. Hey, the Flipper. Deranged smiling Ishmael with the small iris is a potential emote. Oh, is that from the actual? Is that actually from the game itself? Please don't add crying emotes. Okay, it is a portrait. Yeah, because well, yeah. Well, I mean, I have to check. It can work, but it's for example something I don't have to necessarily commission. I'm mainly thinking of like stuff that I'll actually use the commission on. There's stuff that isn't like in game already where I can just edit it myself. In your opinion on Roblox, do not care at all. Mersault Stare. Thing with Mersault Stare is that like, is it this? Fuck, that's not how you type it. It's Peepo Stare. Peepo Stare exists, but obviously that's only on 7TV, so that's one not true. Is it just, oh, it's just Stare. I forgot it's just Stare. Because 7TV doesn't work on my fucking OBS chat, so I can't like search the emotes, which is annoying. I have to just try and actually remember how they're typed out. See, people sus. I mean, if you put a colon and start typing, it shows stuff. It works for the 7TV search as well. Yeah, for this particular dumb emote, I know that I can probably find who just did the original and get their permission to use it, probably. Oh, you're a mobile. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So you're having the same experience as me, where it's like I have to type it in the chat and then look at the on-screen chat if it works. Breading streamer refuses crying emotes. No, I'm not refusing crying emotes. I think it is a good idea. It can be a little risky, but I feel like it still works. And maybe we have to start reclaiming the crying emote, okay? Oh, you're not that stupid as wanted? Oh, never mind. Yeah, I meanwhile, I haven't. I use commenting so little on Twitch mobile that I just don't even bother. Generally curious how they will flesh out Mersault. Yeah, it is like, damn. Mersault, you know, is just kind of Mersault. You can't have the crying emote back. We will reclaim the crying emote from the pedophiles. Huh? We can share. Wait, you heard what I just said? Like, Mersault smiling. I feel Mersault with like the smile, like the fucked up like AI filter smile. We as in BA player. Yeah, that's what I said. Is that not what I said? Hmm. So I mean, these three are at the very like. I mean, well, Drinking Link doesn't get necessarily used super often, but it can be. I mean, obviously, it can be used for anything. But obviously, the main implication is obviously alcohol. I mean, a laughing emote would be a big one. Just coming up, maybe who, some kind of like kick W-ish emote would be a big one. Mainly just coming up, maybe what character or what about the angry emoji? Can we reclaim? Is the angry emoji? What is the angry emoji? Does it have to be reclaimed? Being a part of community meltdowns. Interesting hobby. Fucking Padaru would be pretty low down on the list, let's be real. Padaru's like almost a dead meme at this point. It's kind of wild, actually. Firefly? I'm not a Firefly enjoyer. Yeah, I would kind of like. So I would like for the emotes to kind of have representation of like the games that are part of my stuff and that I play. So like a Star Rail character could be. You guys meltdown every other day. Giga Chat. Oh, dude, Giga Chat Welt would actually. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Shellpad, you absolute genius. Dude, Giga Chat Welt. Holy. March or Sparklers, Kikwa. Gurney's correction me. Okay, I guess yeah. Oh, that I thought you meant the angry face and not like the sort of anime like angry forehead mark or whatever. Use Pepe as kick weight. I would do. See, this is why we're doing this. I'm utilizing multiple brain cells. There are multiple people watching. That means we have multiple brain cells because I sure as hell can use all of them. At least 15 neurons in YouTube chat, and maybe like a couple more in Twitch as well. Like we're almost at like 20 neurons probably combined. Which is like, that's huge. Because yeah, that's the thing. I'd maybe come up with the idea at some point. It comes out way faster when like there's other people throwing around ideas. But, I mean, Giga Chat was pretty good, and Giga Chat like, well, because it's kind of ambiguous, you could just kind of use it whenever. Because then we have like, a Honkai Throw. We have Senti, Senti, my beloved. We have Dawn. We have a Ling. So the Drinking Ling might not be in the first 5 if we come up with, because I you know, there's like more important ones to maybe have first, like Laughing and stuff. Vibrating Dawn's face for hype moment. Yeah, because there's some stuff that I can just like, some stuff I can do like on my own. I don't necessarily need an artist to do stuff. Like just taking an in-game Dawn sprite of the head and making it vibrate for an animated emote is different. Which actually, I have to check actually YouTube's. Does YouTube have a single animated emote? I feel like YouTube doesn't necessarily have animated emotes, which is another thing. Twitch has animated emotes. Like I have 5 animated slots on Twitch as well. Faster with the first time several months in girl to check out. I was like, here's looking e-girl cosplayer. Maybe some music related emote for vibing dancing. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah. Making Ricardo more popular. Dude, Ricardo glasses. Yeah, a vibing. Actually, yeah, you could just have a vibing in general, like a music vibing / music listening. Which generally, I feel like those often work better animated a little bit, but they can maybe be made to work static as well. Never see a Ricardo emote. Well, Ricardo does have one very obvious meme, which is, you know, Ricardo Milos. So, I mean, I feel like this is probably just going to be in the first 5. Fucking coupon blast. Dancimo with a character's dodge animation. Yeah, I feel like Rodion would be good for a Gamba emote. For sure. Like, I mean, we can put it somewhere into the list. I mean, it could even be in the first 5. We'll see. But because, okay, well, I mean, the main thing is, Laughing is for sure in the first 5. That's just kind of, that's needed. You just have to come up with who. And then there's other ones here which are, like, not immediately necessarily the top 5, and some of them are like ones that I can possibly make myself as well. But I mean, Rodion Gamba at some point. Oh dear God, keep yourself safe. I don't know really how you make a La Chorus of skill into an emote, but now, but Silverwolf for Sparkle. That was for sure. That, like, yeah, Silverwolf because gamer, but then Sparkle because Sparkle. Do 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 do. Lolan Laughing. Hungry face. Feels a little too specific. It's like it's not like my stream is constantly eating food. Give me a second. I'll find one example of a kind of Hikwa-ish mote. And this one actually was drawn by the person I'm commissioning as well. Oh, this version was just tiny. Whoops. Bang Bang logo advertisement. Virtually use Kekwa. Yeah, that's Nejin Kek. Actually, I think it's Wheeze, this one specifically, but because I feel like a version of this I think would probably work pretty well, just with a different character maybe. This is slightly higher quality. Surprised NL face. I had to think for a moment, like, wait, what was that again? I do remember it. Yeah, when she gaslight. Mukbang stream. Turns into, if I ever start having really long streams again, they turn into mukbang streams because I have to eat in the middle of the streams. But yeah, so like stuff like this, obviously, where the character would work for the laughing emote for sure. Because and also, but this style just works well as a, like either this or then indeed like a Kick W version. But I feel like this is easier for like generally, you know, more anime stylish, like easier to make this kind of emote, where it's a more a little bit more custom, rather than something just like, because obviously one very lazy way to make a Kick W emote is literally just to take Kick W, cut out the character's hair and slap it on. Yeah, padding the shining is something I can, that's for example something I could probably just like figure out myself. PM indie company. I mean, PM actually is wild. If it works, it works. See, yeah, like it does work. It does work, but that's also one that I indeed do not have to necessarily commission. Where the saying come from? Dude, autocorrect? Don't question autocorrect. Bird up! Side character cut on emote. Well, the thing is that there's Limbus on 7TV. There's Limbus Vroom. Dororo. Or like Doro, Nike Doro. Look up kind of emote with Sinclair. Why Sinclair specifically? Yeah, because what is it? Is it just this? I typoed it because I had a capital I. Yeah, because yeah, see there, 7TV has an animated cut on Vrooming. And that works, obviously, that kind of has to be animated. It works so much better. Because he's short, wow. You totally need an emote based on the boat emote. I know you know. I know. I can show boat. This is from our Fred server. It's just boat, B-O-T-E. The emotion is palpable. What emotion? Don't know, but it's palpable. The voices. The siren voices. A copium, yeah, a copium of some character obviously would be real. Nurge variant. I should actually be writing some of these down. Copium could even be in the first 5, honestly. If we come up like someone who's a good Copium option, Copium could even be in the first 5. Surder Copium 4 years without lore. And what was the other one? Fixer. Oh yeah, Nurge variant. I mean Nurge variant is like Forced, for example, or Kelsey. Dante's Clock Off and Copium is a funny idea, but I think it probably sort of in emote style it might not work that well. Because the face is sort of not instantly, well, I mean recognizable, yes, but like, you know, it's not exactly a human face. Kelsey's Yapper, but False is nerd. False is very nerd. False does feel better for like Nurge. Gregn. What even is Gregnan already an emote? And if so, why? Actually, maybe I shouldn't close those. Funny clock face like in Cuphead. Yeah, it could be like a way more stylized clock face. I'm wondering, well, what other... Well, one thing is that there's literally like... One thing with that is there's essentially a canon copium in Honkai 3rd. Like this is from an event in Honkai 3rd. It's actually just canon copium. So like, I mean, obviously a version of this doesn't really work as an emote just because of how it is. I feel like it's hard to, I guess it can work, but it's like it's a little bit awkward to maybe cut out the copium part there, but. Yeah, well, yeah, I also stopped playing Honkai 3rd after the part 1 end, but that was like on purpose. I knew I was ending after that. Distorting emote. I mean, that is a good idea. I'll put it on the list at least. Might also be one that works better as like... I feel like a distorting emote probably works better animated. They used to be believable. Actually, for the distorting emote, I do actually kind of have an idea, and it's actually something that I'm not capable of doing. I'm not that good at editing, and I think I think the person that I don't think they do animated emotes. Obviously, for distorting, I feel like there's a very good option. Fuck, it doesn't let me. Shit. Wait. Karma going to distort yourself. You haven't done Limbus 5.5 yet, so. Carmen's smiling face. It could be either like telling you to distort or someone distorting. Give me a second. It can either be like low tier god kind of Carmen telling you to distort, or give me a second. Distorted into pickle. Funniest shit I ever seen. Yeah, because I mean, for distorting, just a character version of like either one of these works very well. I'm just not good at editing. I'm not that good at editing that I could like sort of replicate these, just editing the GIF itself. Carmen's hair crudely placed on LTG's face could even work. There is something to just like very almost like scuffed edited emotes that there is like there's an energy to them. Or this one. Thank you for the link. The autism creature is that could be we will put that on the list. Autism creature, and it could literally be autism creature. So you know. That's all. That's a pretty. We can. No, it's. I mean, it's such an obvious meme that I mean, autism creature. Sing eggs. Yeah, I feel like that just comes like, yeah, with the sort of horny emote, which might end up also being just kind of. Well, I guess a horny emote would be technically different from like the crying one. But you can make the crying one into a hag sex emote by just putting hag sex and crying emote, so. Let me just make it a little longer. Ready hag obsessing over whale. There's a Raiden sex mode. Can you find it maybe? I don't exactly want to Google Raiden. I mean, I can Google it. I just can't do it on stream. Oh yeah, I think I've seen this one. I don't think it might work okay, but I feel like this doesn't really work as first of all, a good song. I think this, I don't know if this is the one that you meant, but this doesn't really work for Twitch and YouTube because it has like text and stuff. It's just too small. Because for YouTube and Twitch emotes, they kind of have to be like, they're pretty small and sort of low quality, so. Character smoking mode? Yeah, that's a pretty easy one, obviously, for like, I mean, we could, I mean, not just, let's see, not smoking, not just smoking, okay? It's Lamau weed. Specifically Lamau weed. I mean, we have, you know, in Limbus, obviously, there's multiple smokers. Or then Karon smoking a giant cigar. But this one doesn't, this Raiden doesn't really work because this works as a sticker. It doesn't really work when it's at emote size on chat. So. We have quite a few ideas here. Obviously, some of them just need to maybe get like, some of them need to get like a specific character. We could also, distorting mode, we could also do like LTG distort or something. Going shower. Oh yeah, you were supposed to go shower, and then you just didn't. What's my gacha list? Honkai game. Well, I don't think I even make a Genshin mode. I don't play that like enough, especially right now. What about people? See, that exists already. Limbus room. But it's obviously only on 7 TV. Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, I found it very quickly as well. Like yes, there is Limbus room, and it's very good. I like Limbus room. It just obviously doesn't get the, you know, it doesn't have the most opportunities to use it, but Yeah, you need to be driving a little more, unless it's just like every time you're in the bus in Limbus. Vroom. But I feel like, first of all, I feel like these are like decent for the first 5 emotes. I feel like these work all pretty well. It just kind of need characters for the laughing and the copium. And we have one Honkai third. We have Senti, who is good. We have at least Don. We have a Star Rail. Expand Brain Moon, picking games based on emote opportunities. So we have 2 Honkais, so we don't need more Honkais, I think. We have a Limbus. We do need, I feel like we do want some Arkanites in here. Oh, that could actually be possibly a good one. I'm thinking like Nightingale Copium could work, considering she's very bedridden. I don't know as a joke. And also, I mean, Shelpa, you even just posted a Wheeze emote. I feel like a Wheeze emote would be a really good laughing emote, like a Wheeze style, rather than like a KW, a Wheeze style emote, because it works really well for, you know, anime style characters. Potential man coping. I mean, that is a funny idea. I mean, eventually you can even have multiple, you know, coping emotes if you have a lot of slots. But obviously at the start here, we have to be kind of gotta make the hard decisions to be made on who they're about. Character die with a knife on their body. In general, just like a dead emote can obviously be one. Like, actually, just a second. Who must cope? Because there is actually, I do have an example. I don't know if this was the person. I think this person didn't draw this one specifically, but this kind of dead emote where they're just like flat on the ground, face down on the ground, dead. This, I mean, well, yeah, we can put it on obviously into the list. This list, well, you can just have every idea pretty much. Dead / rip emote. Face on ground. Dehia cope would actually be incredibly appropriate, considering my history with Dehia. Fuck, that's a bit almost too good of an idea. I had a whole arc with Dehia. Also, or the Peter Griffin dead pose. That's the other option for the dead emote. Peter Griffin dead. Or pose. Make it a little wider. Seasick. A seasick Isang would be good. Like, Isang would be good for like a sick emote, like being sick or like puking. Memologist. So we have a lot of good ideas. We have a lot of good ideas. I do just want to. I guess I want to come up with just characters for these, and I mean at least one of them has to be an Arcanized character. And so laughing as well, you can also have like a lot of. I feel like you can have a bunch of different. Like eventually, you can have multiple laughing emotes. Memes, DNA of the soul. They're like a reading emote / taking notes. I feel like taking notes, I feel, is more general. Like it can kind of be used as a reading emote as well. But then if it has like the taking notes part of it, then it can be used in more stuff. Insult cope. Reading? What's that? Bocce's sister laughing face. It doesn't ring a bell. I mean, I probably have seen it, but... Do 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 do. We should put some ideas here just for the characters, yeah. For the cope. What did I saw a... Where was it that I saw a good one that I liked for the cope? There's insult, but then there was a... Oh yeah, Dehia cope was one. That idea was almost a little bit too good. Even if I'm not like the biggest Genshin player anymore. But I have a history. Like there's a story behind that which kind of makes it good. Then there was Nightingale, just because she's like in a wheelchair and stuff, so it kind of fits. What else was there? Was there someone else? Oh yeah, fucking Potential Man. I feel like those are probably the 3 best ideas for cope. But I might end up having to be Dehia just because of my personal history with Dehia. Because I was huffing some insane copium and then ultimately huffing doomium during the Dehia betas. Then laughing, I mean, laughing can... I mean, I guess it's still... I guess it should still be somewhat of a character who's at least somewhat, fits a laughing emote. Not like someone who's super depresso as a character doing the laughing. And I think at least for now, in this case, I think it will have to be an Arcanite's character, so they actually have at least one Arcanite's in there. So now I'm just gonna go through my super depresso laughing is Gap Moe funny. You could have a laughing version where it's like, yeah, like you've lost it kind of laughing rather than wheezing. I'm thinking of what characters. I mean, Lapland actually would be one choice. Lapland do be laughing, and I do like Lapland. Granny laughing. Which do you mean Granny actually seeing a grandma, or did you mean Granny, the Arcanite's character? Oh, also Palace is actually another option for the drinking. She also do be getting drunk. Okay, you did mean that Granny and not actually Granny. You just got auto-corrected. Damn, you peaked. It's literally the first event. Your favorite one. It's all downhill from there. Let's put some options here for the laughing. I feel like a Lappy Wheeze can work pretty well. She do be laughing. But she could also work for like the Maniac laugh. Because well, I guess I would like to be character that I do actually like, that are in like some of my like top characters. And I do like Lappy. Shining obviously doesn't really work for a wheezing emote. That's just not her character. But she also does for sure. It also doesn't do like Maniac laughs. So wheezing Shining would be funny. It could be. And we'll put it in just in case, but hostile emote. Yeah, there is like something, yeah, the emote which would be like, actually I do actually kind of an eye. Well, because I think there might be an official sticker of Acheron like taking out her sword, you know, sort of like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I feel like that might be actually in an in-game one even. But it's like a sticker. It doesn't necessarily... I mean, I feel like it probably would work at emote size as well. Yeah, like pretty much, very, very similar, very much like the energy of a Kagurabachi Akeron. I think everyone needs a random Metal Gear emote. I'm literally just looking at my characters on Arcanist right now. I mean, I feel like probably laughing would be Lappy or Lappy because it fits. It actually does fit Lappy, or then Shining just because it's Shining. But I feel like I could get like other Shining emotes in there at the very least, especially if I use like my actual little model for something, where it can be sort of half Shining, half just my avatar kind of emote, which works. Na 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 na. Mayor? I just don't really care about Mayor. Stings. Do 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 do. Just scrolling through my long list of characters who exist in here. But I should actually put into like a hostile emote. Raid Shadow Legends emote. But we've gotten lots of good ideas at the very least. I like a lot of these ideas that we have. Because it obviously helps because if I already have like ideas, then it's when you do have like when I like then get more and can do more emotes, then I like have ideas to pull from. Ready for what putting is not. I actually am. I have 200 rolls saved up and we'll have even more by the time it is here. FromSoft emote. I do like my FromSoft games, but like I could probably like well, FromSoft. I feel like FromSoft can be a little tricky to make emotes out of. Because one thing obviously with like all the anime gacha games is that the designs just lend way better to emotes because they're like just because of the style. Pot boy is pot friend do be pot friend. Also, the heads, I did like this idea of the heads, tails, yay, nay kind of thing. But then also, like, they would be very, very low priority. Just because, really, I mean, if you want to actually get, like, yay, nay voting, you can just do a poll. So. But it is a fun idea. That's why it's all the way at the bottom. Autism creature I do like, but it's obviously a little bit... I mean, it is vague. It actually does kind of work because it's sort of a vague emotion, but... Unlucky? What would an unlucky... I'm wondering what would an unlucky emote kind of be like? +2, -2 coins. That can kind of go here. +2, -2 coins. Also low priority because it's like you could also just write +2 or -2, but that's a funny idea. That is a funny idea. The distortion emotes also do kind of work. As long as you have any idea what distorting means, it works really well. You can just use it when something goes horribly wrong. Or you're having really bad gacha luck, you can also just use distorting. Where was this song? This song is from the first Laterano event. This is the battle music. Wait, no, is this Martyr? Oh no, this might be Martyr. This is is it the bot? The fuck? Wait, I need to listen better. I'm listening. Okay, now this should be Martyr. Well, I mean, it's either boss or battle theme from the first Laterana bed guiding ahead. Love the idea of a smug Carmen smiling as a distortion. I feel like that does work. Which I mean, I did have it like. It's either like look to your god or just like smiling Carmen. It also almost kind of works as like the hostile emote. Because it can be like a threat. Vibing music emote, I think the main thing with vibing music emote does kind of end up being, I feel like it works so much better as an animated emote. Which is unfortunate for YouTube's side, but at the same time, I feel like I just haven't seen examples of a vibing music emote that much, like outside of the animated ones, but there are for sure some. So maybe if I could just find a good example that I like, then it's totally possible. Rodion Gamba is obviously a pretty fucking good one. Just not maybe in the first 5. I feel like these are a good first 5. I mean, Senti Scam could theoretically not be right away, but it also works in a lot of context. Because it's like a cooking emote, it's a planning emote. It can also just be used actually as a scam. Soy Jack Don is literally just like excitement as an emotion, so it works in a lot of situations. Giga Chad is kind of Giga Chad. Like, it's just, you know. It's like the based emote. Like, anything based happens, you can use Giga Chad. And obviously laughing and copium are very common emotions. Especially during gacha games. The copium especially during gacha. I feel like these are like good, the first 5 options. And you cover like all the games. Well, all the gacha games that I play. In some way, and like some of my favorite characters. Like, I don't play Honkai 3rd anymore, but I mean, Senti's Senti. I love Senti. And Dawn just fits this really well. Incapaling makes for potent copium. That's the thing. Copium is hard because there is so many, like, there's so many options for who could be. Like, for the copium emote. There's just way too many. But I do feel like when you mentioned the Dehia, I was just like, fuck, it works so well with my actual, like, distortion moment with Dehia's kit. Where I was absolutely huffing that copium. It has a funny story behind it, which is why it works so well. Which is unfortunate, because then there's like so many good ideas otherwise that would work. But I can maybe specifically turn this into like wheezing. Or just wheeze/laugh. And then I can myself just make like a scuffed up Keck W emote if I need to. If I want to. I won, but at what cost emote? How would that also function? Like, right, what did the fucking original look like again? I've won, but at what? I'm like, I know it. I know it. It's sort of in my mind's eye, but also like, right, this one. This is a bit tough to make into an emote, especially at like normal emote sizes. rather than like the extra wide emotes from 7TV or something. So this, I guess this is like the, what do you think? Like this is like the one. Oh fuck, that's so literally me emote. Literally me Blade Runner. And that, cause that's a really good for like a depresso character. That's perfect for like a character who's more like, this could easily be like a Yi Sung or something. That's a good one as well. We all need a Ryan Gosling reaction image in our lives. So true. He's just like me for real, for real. I feel like I also just kind of, I just really like the idea of the Senti scam, even if I feel like there could be other ones that are like the crying emote or the flushed emote or something like that could also work. Like could be in the first 5. Like it would almost be better than the Senti scam. I just really like the idea of Senti scam, but maybe I might end up saving Senti scam for a different, for later. Because maybe there is like a better emotion to get in first. Oh, Senti scam was supposed to be? It's Toa scheming. But with just Senti. These emotes are supposed to be true, but well, because these emotes aren't just for me, actually. These emotes are actually more specifically for subs and members. Yeah, that's why Thomas K was up, yeah. Like, almost these modes actually are more so for the viewers. For the members and subs. And I want to cover, like, a lot of the... I want to cover, like, a good variety of use cases. Especially for YouTube side. Because YouTube doesn't have 7TV and stuff. While Twitch can just run with 7TV so far. So, because Senti scam will for sure happen at some point, but I might end up pushing it down the list to cover like a more general emotion. Gamba emote as high priority. It is kind of true, isn't it? Which obviously that's another thing. There's a lot of good gambas on 7TV, but then there's no gambas on YouTube, so. But I mean, well, that is what Audio on Gamba is like. Like, Gamba is like right here because, like, it's like right under the other ones. Don't know why YouTube's not upgrading the streaming experience. Because they have better priorities. They at some point they were trying to like really push it to compete with Twitch, and then TikTok came and they started doing shorts instead. It's literally just because of TikTok and shorts that they stopped developing the streaming side as much. Just straight up. It's that simple. They just have way less reason to push streaming when shorts are a thing. I mean, because I feel like it should be so obvious with the fact that you literally have... YouTube doesn't fucking like supply an API for their like YouTube specific emojis or emotes, so that stuff like Streamlabs and Stream Elements, which have like the chat overlay for stream, they don't have the API so that they could actually get the emotes. So the YouTube default emotes that exist don't work on these like chat overlays that use APIs and stuff. Can we like delete Zoomers? At this point we might need to be more so deleting Gen Alphas almost. Like young Zoomers and old Gen Alphas. I hate corpos. It's true. Just delete all children. Fun song though. I've gotcha. What do you got? Why would Y Corp? Why? Do we start referring to YouTube as Y Corp? Fucking Y Corp. Can't believe Y Corp would do this. Clear all children, Canto 7. Start a new WW? Oh, World War. I was like, the fuck is a WW? What does Wuthering Waves have to do with this? Well, I'm mainly wondering for if I move Senti Scam down, obviously Gamba could be 1. Gamba emote could be 1. The Senti Scam kind of can work for Gamba as well, because you can be like, it's time for Gamba, like rubbing your hands. So that's actually kind of true. Well, Gamba is just Gamba. So the Senti emote does kind of cover that a little bit as well, at least. Wuthering Heights? What? But then like a flushed one, I feel like if this got pushed down, it would be like flushed or the crying. Maybe I put it as crying emote. The Heights Wither? There's a lot of good ideas here that I really like, but just they're a little bit more specific, obviously, so they're not in the first set of emotes, but there's a lot here that I do like. There's some funny ones in here. I can move these up to be here. These are not like in order. These are just like general next like options. The Heights do be withering though. Because I just remembered the Gamba possibility with Scam. I think this will end up being the first 5. It just covers a good variety of stuff. But a lot of 2 different gacha games that use the word withering of all things around the same time. Well, Limbus is a bit different considering, you know, it's like... True, the fact that it was around the same time is interesting. But obviously, Limbus, you know, withering was always going to be there. But yeah, the fact that they were around the same time is kind of funny. Fucking wither. And like of all words as well, like withering is not, that is not a common word. You don't just pull out withering casually in conversation. I don't know, maybe you do, but I sure as hell don't. Dean. The thing about withering heights. Okay, there's it makes sense that there would be some meme about that. Stars aligned, yeah. Yeah, how's the weather? Withering, innit? Oh. I feel like I should have been writing down more of my ideas for the emotion right away, because I feel like I feel like there's something in my brain where I was like, or maybe I was just supposed to go and look at other examples. For like from other streamers, some examples of what their emotes are. Which I feel like I should especially do that actually for YouTube side, like go look at some YouTube emotes. Because, especially for example, like see if I can find like good vibing, dancing, like music emotes from YouTube side. like static ones, so a style to sort of aim for so that it works. But obviously, well, you know, that can be done at any point. But we have a really good chunk of ideas here. I could go by the bathroom real quick. So I'll be right back. Vibe to the music, and I guess look at the. I'm gonna just leave it with this. I'll leave you with horse. Wonder how much furry input is in PM. Yeah, not really any, huh? They don't really do. They do lots of robotic stuff and like enhancements, but you're not really like furry stuff. They have more bugs than they have mammals. Also, I remembered a couple. Well, first of all, this one I just didn't write down. Teri Teri Derp Mumu, which I talked about at some point. Just this with Mule Size from Arknights, because of they share the same voice actor in Japanese. But this one indeed, there is a version already, which I might be able to get permission for that instead. And then another one that I thought of was, well, because I saw a like forehead emote, and this could be Irene from Arknights, because she has lots of forehead jokes. She has a large open forehead, so she works really well for a forehead / 5-head emote. See your future in her reflection. Yep. It shows you that far. It's a magical mirror. Ba-da-da-da-ba-da. Well, this, I wanted to... What the fuck was this? I didn't get to check this meme. probably copyrighted. I have one, but at what cost? There was some funny monster. There was some Monster Hunter posting. Oh, I forgot. What? Fuck. That's the wrong thing. Jump scare. All right. This is no longer a mode topic, but my ears. Yeah, those are kind of loud. Sorry about that. There was Enfield news, Enfield happenings, like yesterday. I should save this, by the way. They applied for the or they got the license or whatever, or the release approval that Chinese games have to get. They have to get they have to apply to, you know, allowed to release because China. So they got that, which somewhat implies that the game would release within a year, because if they go, so it's like if you go over a year, then you have to like submit some kind of written explanation why you've gone like overtime on the release schedule, sort of. So it's somewhat of like a preferably like if they apply for that, then it's like they're somewhat they're confident that they will get the game out within a year. And hopefully don't have, you know, a Wuthering Waves kind of situation where they gotta get the game out and then there's a lot of rough around the edges when it does get out. But it's just, also it's somewhat, there was also a rumor, like, from some interview somewhere. There was, like, there was a bit of a rumor, like, not exactly, a bit sussy, but which said that there used to be that the aim was mid-2025, and obviously that kind of now checks out a little bit more. The Miss Enfield news, kinda. It's just probably, most likely, the game is coming out within a year, because they applied for the release permission. Like yesterday, they got the release permission from Chinese government. And if they go over a year, then they have to like make a written explanation why they've gone over. So it's kind of like a commitment to release the game within a year type of situation. And there used to be, and there was a rumor that they were aiming for a mid-2025 release. At some point, at least, they were aiming for that. So now it kind of somewhat corroborates that. Which it makes sense. I feel like somewhat the timing makes sense, because they don't want to wait forever to actually release it. But then also, obviously, you know, you don't want to be releasing it too early either. But they've also been like super well. Right now, they're going to like every goddamn convention that's going on. They were at Gamescom. Right now, they're at PAX West. They're going to Tokyo Game Show. They're going to a con in Brazil as well. Like, they're going through, like, a whole bunch of different, like, sort of game conventions now. But they're still they're using the same build that was in the tech test, like, in January. So they're, like, they're very clearly, like, keeping super low. Like, they're no beta test, for example, yet, and so on. Like, they're keeping they're very much like keeping to, like, they're not giving out a whole lot from the game, in the same way that, for example, I guess like Wuthering Waves kind of did, and even some, like, you know, like, well, I mean, the main thing is there hasn't been a beta test yet, and but also just not like that much posting about the game, and the fact that they don't have like a newer playable version at all these cons is like, seems pretty deliberate to be like, to not give out a newer version yet. Like there's whatever reason they don't, because they were also earlier in the summer, they were also at a Chinese con and they didn't even have a new version even there. So I more so feel like they're going to all these cons. All right, Linker, thanks for coming, man. I probably actually won't be live for too much longer. Anyway, next stream is probably actually next week we'll see when I actually stream, because classes start up again, so I might be all kinds of fucked up on my schedule. But we'll see. So they're going for they're going for a whole bunch of cons and like just making this like whole tour of all these cons to, I guess, have like a presence there, but then also not necessarily giving like anything new really yet. So are they kind of going through all these cons to maybe like build up like that present, like to once again like be present in a bunch of places and people are like talking and like wondering when there's going to be something new, and then they like drop something new once there's like interest and like talk about the game again. Because also like, you know, just thinking of like the timing, like the Brazil con or whatever was in like October, and the previous time that they like suddenly dropped a bunch of new shit about the game was like late October last year. So maybe suddenly after they're done with like these cons, and also possibly after Arknights Global has had chapter 14, that might be another thing that they're waiting for, is for Global to have chapter 14. And then they suddenly drop a bunch of like new stuff again and might drop like a beta test and whatnot. Hopefully finishing cons cost a lot. You know, clearly they have some kind of plan. Because at the very least, like last time for like when they last dropped a bunch of Enfield stuff, they very, very clearly waited until Lone Trail hit Global Arknights. Like they were waiting for that to happen first before they dropped any Enfield stuff. Because it made sense, because the Lone Trail sort of has a lot to do with the idea and the concept. Big time skip for another chapter. They're probably gonna. There's for sure gonna be at least some time skip. There's already between chapter 8 and between chapter 8 and the end of chapter 9, it's like a 2-year time skip. Actually, it might be end of chapter 8 and start of chapter 10. Chapter 9 kind of happens like in the middle of those 2 years somewhere. But by the time chapter 10 happens, then it's been 2 years since chapter 8. So there probably will be a time skip. Because also the times, like that time skip or whatever, is when a huge amount of the events happen. Like a huge amount of the event stories happen in like that time skip between chapter 8 and sort of chapter 9-ish. So you gotta try and fit some, like, you know, have like some downtime from main story stuff so that you can have like the events happening and whatnot as well. Because for some of them, you know, people from the main story have to be present as well, so. But also the next arc in Arknights should be wild. And kind of like it's the final arc for kind of all the stuff that's been being built up since the start of the game, like some like big sort of world stuff. Like it should be very, very focused on like the big past lore stuff and like Doctor and so on. Because Act 2, the London arc, finished a bunch of other things that had been, yeah. The expectation raise too high. That doesn't really happen for me. Well, I mean, it doesn't really happen for me with Arknights. I usually just kind of, I just with Arknights, I let them just do their thing. I don't like too much think and speculate on what's gonna happen next. I usually just I just go with it. I just see what happens. Because you just feel like a sort of observer in general. You're just observing what's happening in that world. Like, interesting. I see. I just have a million tabs open with random fucking images and emotes. Oh yeah. Pointing. This probably works as the example that I'll give for the Don emote, because this is the energy that I want. I mean, obviously, but mainly because I don't necessarily want Don to have an actual Soy Jack face, like distorted into the original Soy Jack version of it. But Don point is important. Chat needs to be able to point at things. Forbidden Ride. Actually, I wonder if it is open. I think I closed that one because it was not. It wasn't a usable reference, so it was closed. And then we just had this open. Oh, but this is the wrong one. And then we have Horse Virgilius. Fucking Horse Virgilius. Horse Virgi. Truly wild looking at the Sinclair IDs though, where it's like busted. And then, you know, this side. I almost learned like nothing about BL Sinclair. Have you seen all the IDs, Egos? I haven't really gone through all of them. Like, actually. I've obviously just, you know, somewhat like looked at them somewhat, but not really actually like properly. BL Sinclair 9 rolling S2. Xenos just suddenly appears. Like, I heard ID talk. He's fresh. Ring Otis. Where is Ring Otis? Oh, there. 2-star. I think the S1 is already pretty violent looking. Normally the first start is a little bit like tamer, and here it's like nope, just covered in blood. Look at S2. 96% Clash Pop 2, 40% chance to reuse coin, 20%. Right, yeah, more reuse shenanigans. Reuse shenanigans are always just funny. Yeah, for every type of negative effect on the target too. So as long as you have like, yeah, a couple negative effects, and then it's like, yep, reuse it. Slap, slap, slap. Stab, stab, stab. It is time for stabbings. 60 damage. Speaking of stabbings, I need to go get a clip of fucking Starbuck yesterday just absolutely destroying whoever it was because he re-rolled the maximum amount of times. And it was like the first turn. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Oh yeah, Ring Sung. I've actually not looked at Ring Sung. Fucking 5 coin. Like, he actually just re-rolled the full 5 coins. Like, oh, cool, thanks. It was the first turn. I got destroyed. And back, what's happening? We finished most of the planned yapping. Now we're just randomly yapping, and I'll probably get off soonish. We're watching a movie with the boys again. Yeah, Ring Sung. See, this is a little, like, calmer, and then it's, you know, covered in blood, like... Flash power and +2 count for one of the following flags. Pop, 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 pop. Another reuse, of course. They're kind of the similar S2. But okay, but way more clash and coin power. Sheesh. 72 damage kill 2 with no conditionals. And then you also have the reuse. Is he another unit where S2 is like the main damage source? Yeah. Because of the reuse. And this is another thing, like, goddamn, give us the damage numbers for more than just S3s. Like, come on. There's enough units where their main, like, their biggest damage is S2. Like, come on, come on. Just look, yeah, but that's hard to count. I want to see the full total number from the skill. I don't want to look at the random numbers popping up. I can't count those. Crash power, MP count, Morgue bleed count. Just a bunch of random, you know, statuses. 25% more damage for every type of negative effect. Max 125. And then an on kill or a stagger or on kill. Just count. That's the thing. Because, well, yeah, they just add some rework, and now they had the clash rework. I feel like it just makes sense. Like, I don't know. Maybe make the damage counter have like a threshold. Like once you do enough damage. Like, if the skill's gonna do enough damage, then, like, pop up the counter. But it's just, I think it's just silly for it to only be on S3. Because, like, I want to see my damage. I want my numbers, okay? I want to see my numbers. Increase the Starbucks sound because S3 on crit is not that powerful, but leave discuss massive bleed and bleed count. Yeah, where is Starbuck? There's Starbuck. Eventually, I'll maybe having him at UT4 as well, so I can do the funny coin reuse as well. In MD mostly, but... And yeah, S3 does just leave you a bunch of bleed. And it clashes pretty decent as well. Also, yeah, the best would just have the damage counter be toggleable, or like a couple different toggles. Like keep it like how it is now, no damage counter, and like always damage counter. Just have those 3 toggles. Peak Sung S2? Oh yeah, right, yeah. I did never look up the... If you can find a link to a YouTube video with the bug. I don't want to risk going. I don't think probably nothing would come up. No spoilers would come up, but you also probably know better what you're looking for. So yeah, you can. I have hyperlinks on, so they're not automatically blocked. At least for now, you know. Eventually, they probably will have to get blocked, but not right now, at least. Yeah, it is literally just a shit setting in your channel, like, or whatever. You're like your chat settings. Like, do you allow them or not? And actually, well, I wonder if you can make it like. I wonder if you can get it to be like. Fuck, I need to This is the only thing though. When I try and copy this from, like wherever. From the pop-out chat on this is going to be super loud, by the way. Let's turn it down. I think I can hide the notepad. Yeah, when I try, I can't like instantly. I can't if I click on a link from the OBS thing, it doesn't take me to my like default browser. It takes me to like a weird inbuilt OBS browser, which might just be a setting that I can change. But let's check this funny. Stab, 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 stab. Fucking coins just keep fucking counting. You know, this is some true relentless stabbing. The fucking number just getting bigger. It's so huge! It's so big! There's something here. I mean, that just looks like Apocalypse Bird or something. What the fuck? Fucking big number. Fucking massive number. Just kept getting bigger. Yellow calf video? Clearly not. This name does not ring a bell. It's Apokbird Lowland from Bina Realization. Then they just what? They just put in edited fucking Yi-sung into it. No fun allowed. Imagine. Well, come on, just give us infinite coin reuse. Why would you do this? Oh, Faust actually. Oh, now Faust actually has five boyos. Well, see, Yi-sung will have a fifth soon. So will Ryoshu. On crit kill target. Yeah. See, that's a very balanced, isn't it? And this actually is it kind of show. This is kind of nice because you can see like, okay, indeed, who has like more of what. Kind of interesting that all of like everyone has 4 2-stars though. Like that's somehow even for everyone. Yeah, Heath actually did. Yeah, Heath literally just got a 2-star. Yeah. Yellow Calf takes revenge on Dong Rang. There's also one of the seagull helping Ishmael pierce the fucking seagull. Roshu's to only get 0-0s. And now soon she will have a 5th 3-star. And obviously Don will, you know, Canto 7 is coming, so. Captain-ish Wars of Text. I actually haven't looked at Captain-ish at all. Where is she? I think I can close some of these tabs though. You can't see the tabs, but adjacent to this unit, leftmost skill slot of one other ally with the highest max HP. There's like man, there's like multiple conditionals or like leftmost skill slot of one other ally with the highest max HP gains highest resin aggro. Spoiler ID for Dom because it's spoiler during spoiler. Who's behind on egos right now? We can actually see. Egos. It also has. It was mostly that there's a couple who have 7, and then most others have 6. Yeah, it's more like it's not necessarily that. It's more like there's a couple who are ahead. And 2 of them is, you know, Heathcliff and Otis with the new binds. So. As well as Pequod sunk to farm lots of poise. Oh yeah, I was reading through him. Fucking horse. Get out of here, horse. After attack, the target is defeated after this unit's attack. Gain 4 poise. Then overheated gas harpoon. For 1 turn, inflict 1 burn. Okay. 2 other allies with the least HP healed. Is that alright? Yeah, and gain 4 poise. Allies from the Pequod here an additional 5 SP, and once per turn apply 1 pierce power up. Last ego for Heath and Otis are fell bullet and oh, true. Oh yeah, there was binds. Alright, I guess it's sorted in a different way. Yeah, indeed. Heath and Otis were also all at 6 before the very recent Fell Bullet and Dimension Shredder. I guess they're sorted by the level rather than just recency. Makes sense. S2. Oh yeah, this thing. When she mauls when teammates gets kills. See, that's Ludo Kino. If the target is a lake entity, deal 10% damage. Let's level up to 2 allies additions on the dashboard. Every resident of the highest resident has 20% chance that this unit orders the allies on its immediate right on the dashboard to use assist attack, right? Pride power and bleed burn. Yeah, this is kind of funky. You get the assist attack whole thing. Yeah, I feel like Lake Entities probably is just mermaids. So Palafadoos, I guess, might count. Harpoon of Obsession. Deal more damage based on target's missing HP. Right, so yeah, just more damage the lower health there. Point power +1 for every 5 bleed. Staggered or defeated. Least SP, healed SP, gain poise. Inflict bleed, inflict bleed, inflict burn. It's kind of funny. There's just like this, like, she has like a tiny bit of burn in her kit. Because then obviously you have, well, Pico Song we know. Where's Heath? Heath. There's Heath. Yeah, unopposed S1 for free is just kind of nice. Especially if they, it ends up being like a good S1. Game poise, bunch of aggro. More aggro, 1 poise for every bleed. Bleed can equal to 1/3 of bleed potency. Like a whole bunch of envy resin, huh? Has or yeah, like some ramp like poise or charge. Oh yeah, double envy, true. A passive, gain 1 offense level, 1 defense level next turn every time an ally, include this unit, is attacked. Gain 2 of each instead of the attacked allies from the P quad. Yeah, max 9. You just get a whole bunch of offense and defense. And deal more damage, less HP this unit has, yeah. Oh, this doesn't. Oh, I like how this doesn't have a cap either. It's just 1% for every 1%. I got fucking 6 envy resin. Sure, the real envy team. Real envy gaming hours. Or an inflict 1. Oh, and then at 50% HP, inflict 1 bleed more. And plus 50% damage on critical hit is nice. Bielmer Soro and BO definitely this Heath. Emote ID retail wag. Actually, do you want to see our emote IDs so far? Retail wag would be a good animated one. It literally just cause like, yep, she do be wagging that tail. I guess that's fairly easy. You could just get like a literally just take the in-game retail wag and make it an animated emote for Twitch. Used to how she had that passive reversed. That's fucked up. I guess I'll put that into the animated list. Retail wag. She do be wagging that tail. Yeah, we have a good bunch of ideas. Obviously, we can only do 5 at first, but we have many an idea now to pull from. And some of them are like stuff that I can also even just make on my own or get from somewhere else. Because some of them are just like oh, I forgot. Oh, another one, which I forgot, which can go somewhere. Is literally just this I can make myself. It's just an Omega little variant for a character, or even of like this Shining. Because an Omega little variant is just like that's kind of easy to make. Literally just need like the liquefy tool in Photoshop or something. Speaking of egos, do you ever corrode intentionally? Let me show you something. Literally just yesterday. I do be corroding sometimes. Fuck you, frog. It works so well. Oh, unintentionally? Not really. I did start unintentionally corroding the first time I went against Frog in Luxcavation, but now I use it on purpose, so. Do you not have teleport? No, I have barely any egos. The only egos I have are like BP ego, like this season's BP egos. Those are the only egos I have. Yeah. When you use an ego, so it has a percent to fuck up, yeah. Well, at low SP. I think that's happened. It's maybe happened once. I think. Maybe. Probably. Hobo Cliff alone with teleport. Poor frog. Doesn't know what hit him. No blind obsession, no epic fuck up ego. Ow, my back. Like stretched a little and... Oh, I didn't put the music on. I forgot because we watched this and then I just forgot the music. Hydrate. I already self-posture checked when my fucking back just cracked now. Starts with a crazy-ish laugh. But I'll probably be getting the blind obsession. No, not blind obsession. No, I'm getting wing beat. I forgot wing beat's in what Portuguese. Blind obsession was a different one. Whoopsie. Fucking bastard fish. Bastard fish ego. $25 SP for 4 allies is funky though. Or for 4 allies. Season 3 BP? Right, oh, so it would be available next season then? Once next season starts, it's chartable? Oh, it's available now. Okay, never mind. I thought they were like... I thought it was like a one... Now 1% available now, and another person saying correct to, I assume, it being next season. Yeah, because I thought it was also like you had to wait until the next season to like there was a 1 season like buffer for sharding stuff. Virtuosa. She do be letting her heart speak up. Right, because it's BP. BP egos and maybe in the future BP IDs are shardable season only after the season. Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah. Oh, but there's no... Wait, there's no buff... Now I really am getting... seasonal IDs and egos. Ah. Right. Yeah, difference between BP and seasonal. Yeah, and this was BP, so it's available. Right. Okay. That's the difference. Just whether or not it's BP or not. Makes sense. Yeah, I guess there is, in a way, a buffer, yeah. When they're on the BP itself, you can't shard them. But that kind of makes sense, because, like, well, they're on the fucking BP. Just do the BP, motherfucker. Isn't in that way not a buffer? It's just like... Bitch, just do the BP. It's right there. The hell are you sharding for? It might even be to avoid like weird issue. It literally might actually just be there to avoid the issue where someone shards it and then they get it from the BP, but you can't get dupes of egos. So then the game just breaks. Kim is just like, we can't solve it. If we let them shard it and they get it from the BP afterwards, game just breaks, deletes the entire thing. Yeah, 50. But I thought you can't get ego dupes. I thought egos you can't get dupes of egos. So like how would you get dupes? Yeah. I guess I guess it would be like a failsafe or whatever. Like somehow you managed to get an ego dupe, I guess. But yeah, just shouldn't be a thing at all. So I feel like surely there's some kind of spaghetti code in there where it's like, if we let them shard the BP egos during the BP, the game will destroy and delete itself from every server ever. I guess, yeah, it's probably listed in the extraction rate, yeah, where they say you get 50 shards, but obviously you can't get a dupe. Kim Jong-un? Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's the wrong Kim Jong. Yo, a day in Long, dude, this insane viber. This is actually not from the game. This is from the little like short animation that they made. Holy! Coffee Grounds back with the 5 memberships. There he is. Pops in. Gifts the Giga Chad. Based Coffee Grounds, more like based grounds. Damn, dodged all of them. Gonna get the ego from my deity if you already got it? No, I did. Probably not. Sex Ishmael ego, the pink one. Now we get to listen to some Dante, Dante, Dante. Oh, this one? The fucking shoes. Dante, Dante, Dante. I didn't realize Coffee Grounds for snorting. What is that second half of the meaning? What is for snorting? Look at her face. Open the image bigger. Oh, she do be kinda... Oh, she do be kinda sexing though, huh? Yeah, that's a... Ma'am? What are you thinking of? Ma'am? There's many a fan art. Yeah, that makes sense. Look at them shoes though. She do be wearing them shoes. Pink Shoes Otis false stand of like every is that really? Wait, is that a Pink Shoes Honglu? Holy! Sex Honglu! Oh, you went fan art. Okay, yeah. He do be. Look at that, dude. Why is Honglu's pose is way more like sexy woman than Ishmael was. Like, dude, this is some like pole dancer shit. Like, damn, Honglu, you wilding. They don't pull off the pink shoes as you want to get beat hurdling. Every listener has pink shoes fan art for reasons. For reasons. I wonder what those reasons could be. Meme of blind obsession is being stop fucking around and pink shoes is being start fucking. Yeah, see, stop fucking around is different from, you know, it's fucking versus fucking around. It's obvious. Also, I did notice this at some point someone whatever pointed it out where Forced is indeed the only one with the base ego without like the barbed wire. Every other base ego has like the same barbed wire thing, but then Force doesn't. Aesthetically, I love Moth-ish and gameplay wise, and it was my first 0-0. Moth-ish. Oh shit, it's Carly Rae Jepsen again. Where's Moth-ish again? Is it right, Wingbeat? I mean, this is the ego, obviously. Oh, Ardor Blanc. Oh, does she have an ID for this as well? I mean, this is a bit Moth-ish as well, but I guess not. It says Eliwai. Okay, yeah. All right, I was just thinking of I was just assuming my first 3-star. I was like, oh, like ID. First 3-star being ego. Fucked up. Outer Blossom Star was my first ego alongside Hexnail. Hexnail apparently is pretty good, isn't it? R3 filter Abno. You look at it, man. You look at forced ego, and it's just like, damn, girl. Not really. I guess it was more like specific teams because of like the big pierce damage boost from Hex now. ABS-ish. I'm sorry, I can only think of, you know, like the ABS in a car. Being mono enemies released to fuel and gives enemy fragility. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so yeah, it's not like a generalist ego, but in its use cases, it's really good. IBS as a disease. Fucking ABS. It does. I mean, yeah, it is a very nice piece of art. It is crazy. Like, it is very pretty. White boss of Booba sword. Kapot Merceau. Where's Merceau? Oh, here. Kapot. Oh, look at the roll. 2025. That's a funny number. That's a very funny number. Also, I had to look at these. 1 wrath and 1 blunt. 10 burn. Tremor by burn. Flip 3 burn on 5 random enemies. Tremor burst, then reduce tremor. A bunch of burn. Teleheese. Where's teleport forced? There's teleporthees. Let me just close those. What's this? Oh. Corrosion. 45 without conditionals? Wild. Client count by enemy res. Spell charge count again 50 plus 50 skill power. Oh yeah, well this is a minus coin at least, but fucking 39. And if you get 15 skill power? What the fuck? Sir? Don't forget to start Soda Hong Lu. You can't gaslight me. I know of Soda Hong Lu. Yeah, the fact that the fact that it's just consume, like just spend all charge, it's not like spend a minimum amount of charge. It's just, yeah, if you have 1, that's fine. You can just have 1 charge. Like, Like, what the fuck? That's stupid. Why would you do this? This was wife forced. Indeed. It is very much is like, damn, really do be like a bit of a wedding dress, isn't it? Time duck. I will get fluid sack at some point. But I need to save my shards. Also, well, because when I first saw this, I thought it was related to like the gear cult from Ruina. But is it not? Fucking time duck though. Lots of ducks, man. Ducks, fucked up. Started believing into teleport force on crack. Yeah, teleport force, I like it actually, you know. I heard that teleport force was kind of useless until crack forced. Time duck might be born for them, but otherwise unclear. Okay. Okay. No, because yeah, teleport forced. Envy power up. And some haste. and gain charge count. Also, yeah, it has charge, deal +2 damage per charge count. Skill spin -2 charge count. Like... Thought it was a rabbit. Also, animation doesn't look like a duck at all. Yeah, because what does... corrosion... This doesn't really... I guess, I mean, this is kind of like a beak. That's like a beak, so... It doesn't really look like a duck, though. It's more like a swan than a duck, I'm gonna be real. That's not a duck beak. Oh, yeah, what is corrosion? Also, you have freaking inflicting paralyze. Fucking 5 paralyze. Even here, 3 paralyze. That's like with weight as well. In 10 charge count, like 2 paralyze, 2 bind a random 2 units in this unit's case +3 charge count. Looks different on Mirror Dungeon, but it looks like a duck in corrosion. Oh, okay. Huh. Huh. I like how the corrosion art is kind of like... Because it's just the background, but they like... For the icon, they zoom into a different spot. But obviously here on the art, it's kind of like, oh, they just removed the character. Oh yeah, there's sprites below. I forgot. Idle sprite. Idle corrosion. But this obviously doesn't look much like a duck. AEDD Heath is a good paralyze. At some point I do need some egos though. I do have very few egos. Looks like a non... It's just like a bird. It is bird, okay? Understand it is bird. Right, alright, well, this is also something that I might want to try and like... Before the season ends, I should maybe try aim to get this sharded. Because this is a seasonal one, so then I have to... If I don't start it this season, I'll have to wait more. And if I'm getting regret forced, then... This obviously, you know, functions. Be a React streamer and watch every ego animation. That sure is a thing. I mean, stuff like that, I think can make sense, but also like... Because at least, you know, that's like reacting like trailers and stuff is like, oh yeah, that's cool. Therefore also works best Tremor Everlasting kind of doesn't. Yeah, true. But they still, you know, it's just like, it's still like, it would be nice to have it for Regret Forced, especially if you run a bit more Tremor. But it is very much like Tremor team only. But Fluid Set can be, you know, sharded whenever. While for this one, I'd have to wait. If I suddenly, like, next season want to make, like, a Tremor team or something, then... What's this? What's curtain call? Actually, I kind of forgot. I was kind of supposed to... Actually, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that right before. Because it's about time for me to... Fucking frog glue, yeah. I was actually kind of supposed to watch... There was some Star Rail trailers that I think came out. I actually kind of wanted to watch those real quick. And then I could possibly pop off. I think there was like some new trailers or whatever. React streamer SMH. At least I'm not reacting to, like, you know, another creator's hard work. Okay, it's literally one trailer. It's one 2-something minute trailer. It's just the patch trailer. Didn't I watch the live stream? Nope. The live stream was happening like... The live streams for the Star Rail and stuff, they happen like, dude, mid-workday. There's always like a Thursday or a Friday, like, early afternoon or whatever. So I'm like That's a bad time. Also, like, there's not really much in those streams. Like, the only things I want to see from those streams is the trailers, which they post after anyway, in better quality. So, like, dude, that thick ass rat girl. Skibidi toilets reaction. No. No. Absolutely not. So sus. Like, I should just watch this quickly and then I should be about getting off. And yeah, next week we'll see what my schedule is like, because classes start up again and schedule's probably going to be all kinds of fucked up. I'll try and somewhat probably do the usual stream schedule, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe don't have the notepad on there. And 6, you can't change my mind. How loud is this gonna be? I guess I can put on the subs. Holy shit, those subs are tiny! Our bump signal got touch bad. Bad touch, bad touch. Alright, it's Linkshaw. Hatch as well. I do not care about Linkshaw, even though she's a Honkai 3rd XP technically. I sleep. Where is cool fox woman? Some random mastermind. Finally, someone who matters. Gun! Gun! We are back to Luofu, yeah. A little side story time. What they cooking? Cringe. I mean, Luofu is still rough. There's like just Luofu PTSD essentially. Because, you know, the Luofu. Space China. That's you? Rat sleeper. Fucking rat sleeper. All right, well, yeah, it's 9 p.m. for me, so it's about I gotta go eat and a little as well, and it is movie time with the bros. So yeah, probably Tuesday next stream. I'll try at least. I'll try and do like the usual schedule next week. But also possibly, we'll see. It might get fucked up. Schedule might get fucked up because of the first week of classes. Yep. So we'll stream. Well, yeah, I will. It is. I will stream. Well, no, I won't stream. While PP like obviously on the day it releases. I just do the normal Friday stream. That will just be a while PP stream. With all the rolling and then like the little mini event or whatever that it comes with, that's probably gonna be like the whole stream is just a little bit of wall PP. So that'll just be Friday, because Thursday I won't, and then, you know, release is Thursday, so Friday is the first day. Konami keeps edging us to stay up a little late. What is Konami edging you with? What are they gooning? Metal Gear Yu-Gi-Oh ban list. Oh. Okay. All right, yeah. So thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for the memberships on YouTube. We got them 5 gifted. Very cool. And possibly see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye. Goodbye. And also, thank you for the help with all the emotes. We got some good shit. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Goodbye.